I'm telling you to do it. Do it now. Go
Go
live.
see my movie.
Go see my movie now. You sent me a picture, and she thought I was in another online room. Yeah.
Yeah, I went into the wrong boardroom.
The wrong boardroom. You sound like my father going to random people's weddings, apparently. He's like, okay, yeah, we're over there. We're doing the wedding over there. Okay, great. Then my father goes and shows up to a completely different wedding and crashes that wedding and wonders why he doesn't recognize anybody at the place, and he's already half drunk.
Oh, that's funny.
He's like,
That's great.
we should go to the right room.
I love your dad.
Yeah, freaking random.
Yeah, he's cool.
I try to keep up with him, but it's hard to keep up with someone like that.
A legend. Hard to keep up with a legend.
Yes. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Tommy Boy. If you know what I'm saying.
Oh no, that's what this show is going to be like. Okay, I'm prepared.
I want to hear you breathe.
How was that? How was that? Was it okay? Did it
It was
work?
good. Yeah,
Okay,
it was very clear. Nice
fantastic.
microphone, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Which microphone is that? Is that a Rode?
Is it? It is. It is a road. Can I turn it? I don't know. There we go.
Rode. Red.
It is beautiful.
Was that
Yeah,
beeping?
I really like this microphone. It's beautiful. Okay.
Get on the microphone, Tommy. Get on the microphone.
Okay.
Anyways, hi everybody. It's boy Tommy Boy and my incredibly good friend Sabine Van Der Salm from SabineVanDerSalm.com.
Yeah, that's where I'm from. It's where I was born.
All the way from Sabine Van Der Salm. Wait, hold on. Let me do this. Then, ta-da!
Haha.
The value you bring to the world becomes your purpose. I love that line. Live on Coffee with Tea, Sabine Van Der Salm. By the way, hey, I really like that line because it really hits the core of the core values that one has. And I know I'm kind of swiftly going into like the more serious. Let's not go there. Don't go there, Tommy. Don't go there. But it's true. You and I met in an online marketing platform, teaching, learning, online information platform. Then you liked my videos and I liked your videos, and that's where we connected. I'm blushing. I'm blushing. What? Why, Tommy? It's not that warm. Do I need to unbutton?
Don't do it. Please don't do it. No, we're in the same boardroom. You can't do that here.
Oh, we're recording this. Oh,
no, we're not. It's live, actually. Just by the way, but it is your show, so you should know this.
Be the authentic, true self of yourself, Tommy. Get naked and start running around the forest right now.
So then we gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do. If that's what excites you. So we met there, and then we connected, and then I realized how incredibly legendary this human being is. I was going to say a woman, but it's really a human being, inner self, the core. And then we talked about building a business together and doing something together. For me, mainly to be more in touch with you, right? To be like in your space, because you're just such an incredible force to reckon with, And I was like, yeah, let's do it. Absolutely, I'm sold. Let's do it. I trust you. I like you. I even loved you at that time already. I was like, completely, let's do it. Let's do it.
Awesome.
She's absolutely amazing. And then we set up, we both co-founded together with Thomas, a company called My Sonic Signature. Anybody that's interested in checking that out. And then you started your own company. Or did you already have your company then?
I already had my company. That's kind of how we started talking, because I was kind of trying to establish my company at the time to help others find their unique value that they offer the marketplace. And so I don't know if you want me to kind of go into that about what
Yeah,
I
go.
do and why people should
Yeah,
actually be even watching this show. Um,
yeah.
okay, cool. So
Mm.
yeah, so my thing, what I do and pursue is to help entrepreneurs find their unique value in the marketplace. So whether that is a solopreneur, an individual business, or even like a brick and mortar business, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't even have to be online. But when I was in radio, I worked in commercial radio for a number of years, and in there, I used to interview clients, anyone from little coffee shops to government to shopping centers, car dealerships, whatever, you name it. And I would interview them not on air, but in their offices and find out more about them. So I would find out like what made them tick and why did they open and why are they in business, and find out really what makes them unique, so that I would then take those findings back to the office, to the studio, and we would, as a team, we would write a 30-second ad to go on air for them to then advertise their product, whatever that was. And 30 seconds is not very long. It really isn't very long at all. And so we really had to be concise and know exactly what made this company stand apart. And so at the time, I didn't realize like that was just my job. And then when I came into the online space, um, one of the things that I realized was that so many people, especially solopreneurs, people that are wanting to create new businesses online, escape the rat race, create freedom for themselves, be independent. This mic keeps jumping up, sorry. Be independent geographically and that kind of thing. What they were really not managing to grasp is like, what was their unique value that they offered the market that helped them to stand out. A lot of people start by selling other people's products, being affiliates and that kind of thing. And one of it's a fantastic business model. The affiliate business model is brilliant. However, what I was finding is that people weren't able to create any traction and any kind of like anchored business in anything like long term if they started selling somebody else's product, if they didn't have their own value anchored in them first. And so I developed a program because I found that problem myself as well as an affiliate, is that I was starting to gain traction, but then I didn't know what made me valuable to make those customers stay with me. And how do I serve them ongoing for a long period of time, that I don't have to then shift and start another business, or, what if that affiliate company closes or whatever. And so I began this kind of soul searching, and I began looking for how do I personally become valuable in the marketplace. And that's when I developed my program. And my program is anchored on the 5 elements of UVP, unique value proposition, because I believe that everybody has a unique value proposition. And so with you as a business, maybe you're watching, maybe you're not a business owner, maybe you are very happy being employed, but even in the employment space, like, we need to have our unique value proposition, the thing that we stand for, the thing that makes us unique, and the thing that we contribute to in the world. Because we often feel totally unfulfilled. Why do we feel unfulfilled? Because we don't know the huge value that we offer. Because I really believe we were created uniquely, we were designed uniquely. We weren't just like, you know, happenstance on the world. Like, we actually have a very specific purpose. And when we stand in that purpose, if we become who we were designed to be, then we become fulfilled and satisfied and energized and, inspired. And that's when we really kind of step into who we are as individuals. And that's when it becomes really exciting. People speak about purpose, but what is the practical? That's all kind of up there, like purpose and like values and all of that stuff. It's like very exciting and theoretical, but how do you practically apply something like that into a business that's useful and valuable, inspires others, gives them some kind of a result, and gives you an income, you know? So that's kind of my background. I
Yeah.
didn't just do radio. I did like business and stuff like that, but I won't bring into that. But that's really what I'm about, and why I breathe and live every day, because I want people to know their value. I want them to know that they have a very specific value, and it is discoverable, and it is amazing, and it is unique.
Yeah. And you do it so well, and you bring it out so well. All the people that I've spoken to that have been, well, I was going to say under you, but like in your course or in your space, speak so highly of the way that you bring it and what you bring, and how you extract, that uniqueness. Um, and as my cousin said earlier, because I said to my cousin Brenda, "What's up, Brenda? I know you're watching. Are you? Yeah. That going back to your childhood, for example, lie a lot of answers, right? What is it that gets you excited? What is it that got you excited when you were a kid? I'm very much in touch with my inner child. There was only a very small part of my life where I wasn't, and that was very important to not be in touch, because you derail here and there, and then you realize what your inner child can offer, and then you realize, wait a minute, there's all this information laying deep within, but how do you extract that? How do you bring that excitement out, and how do you bring that back to the surface, right? For me, it's a little bit perhaps it's a little bit simpler for me, because I've always worked on a creative level. I've always been very playful. I've always enjoyed playing with kids. I've always wanted to have kids, because I can be myself with babies, even, the way, like this whole thing, and then the whole like silliness and the fun, but also the responsibility, and being a little bit more like this, as a little boy, being proud, and teaching, and those kind of things. There's also some trauma there. We all have trauma. There's not one person that's completely trauma free.
Yeah.
And something that helped me a lot was the one of the first practices that I did, because I'm also taking Sabine's course, which is super discovering, super
Revealing.
revealing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, me no speak English today very well. Eh?
Me tourist.
Me too. And suddenly I realized what my first ever memory was. Like through that first practice, I realized that, wait, can I go further back? Is there something before this? And the first thing was waking up in bed in hospital. I've actually got that sheet in front of me, the five chapters that I'm, doing, and waking up in hospital when I drowned, right after I drowned, and it was a very intense experience, especially for everyone around me. For me, I was just like descending, panicking, letting go and sleep and falling asleep. Right? There's some trauma there, but and then I realized, wait a minute, no, I remember one more memory before that, which was again revealing. The descending itself, right? The going, like, not the falling in, but the part that you would memorize most, which is, crap, it's getting darker and darker and darker. I'm going deeper and deeper and deeper, and I can't swim, and I'm only 3 years old. And it became green, like light green, like dark green, darker green, dark brown, black, panic. And then it was, past the panic, as I call it, which was just letting go and just be alive there for a second and then fall asleep. So I realized that memory is actually before what I thought was my first memory. So that was a revealing thing, that was actually the first memory that I remember consciously, right? So yeah, and then there's so many other memories that I now have, that I'm creating this painting out of, that I'm now shortlisting right? The four main ones, and then writing about that. And there is so much underlying um, information there that I would not have realized if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much
You're
for
very welcome.
for
And you
that.
know why it's relevant is because, like, it makes me think about, I haven't had the privilege yet of hearing your story, and we're going to get into that. But it makes me think of a client of mine who, a lot of her memories when she was very little were intuitive memories. So, like, memories of being able to tell things before they happen, being able to sense various things in a room that nobody else could see. And so, so what this does is, whether it's a good experience, whether it's a bad experience, it doesn't really matter. It's not about the positive or the negative. It's about what stands out for you as a person, what's important to you. And so you start to tap into, like, for her, intuition is like so big. It's so big. And so she's now created a business on intuition. So here's the thing. And I'm sorry about kind of like derailing a little bit, but I just want to bring it into why that's relevant and how it can be applicable to business and you as a brand and what your unique thing is. So for her, her unique thing is about intuition. And also, she always felt like an outsider. She always felt like a rebel. She always kind of like did things in a different way. She didn't feel like part of the crowd. You know, she's got like all these stories. And so she was always the rebel. And so her brand now is called Rebel Heart. And her rebel heart is about reaching out to others to intuitively follow your intuition instead of feeling like you should be somebody else. You can tap into that rebel heart and be that rebel heart. So that's her like overall brand. But in application on a practical level, she is a nurse. She's been wanting to get out of that industry because she wants to spend more time with her kid and because she wants to have freedom and all of that stuff. So what she's discovered through going through that process is that she's realized that there's a handful of like healthcare workers, doctors and nurses and surgeons and whatever, who are feeling challenged with how they operate in the system. They feel they're being boxed and they aren't able to use their intuition to be able to treat people on an individual human level because they're having to tick all these medical boxes and pipes and paperwork and bureaucracy and everything. So they lose their excitement for their job. They lose their desire and their fulfillment and all of that stuff. And they just get completely disillusioned and they want to leave. But what she's doing is she's now created a course to help you extract their uniqueness in their profession as a specialist ear surgeon or whatever it is that they do, so that they can then bring intuition back into their practice using different kind of intuitive feelings and thoughts and whatever. And the reason I'm sharing this is because she went right back to her childhood to go, intuition is really important. And now she's brought it full circle into her business because it's what feels so naturally. That's what inspires her. And that's what she's naturally good at. So coming back to the 5 elements of UVP to find your unique value proposition, you look at 5 things. So here's a practical thing for your viewers. So if you've got a pen or whatever, make a note
Yeah,
of it.
that's exactly what I wanted to ask about. Actually, these things.
Okay.
Yeah. Go on.
So the first thing is, have a look, make a list of the things that you are passionate about. Just list them. And then it's your experience and skills. So that is anything, you know, it could be your experience and skills from childhood days, even. Everything is relevant. Nothing is irrelevant. We start to kind of go, oh, no, I'm not going to list that because it's not important or it's dumb or whatever. Please don't think that. Every single thing that you are about is relevant and important. Okay. Then the third thing is your natural gifts and talents. These are the things that you don't pay any attention to because they come naturally and it doesn't feel like anything special. So think about things that you get complimented on. For example, this is what I cover in my masterclass. So think about, like, if somebody tells you, you know, Tommy, you're so good with music, you just sound so beautiful, and you're like, yeah, okay, thanks. That's, you know, maybe it's something that just comes naturally, and you're like, I don't really work that hard on kind of being funny, or I don't really work hard on being, energetic or whatever. It's just the way that I
Mm.
am. So
Mm.
you sometimes tend to push aside those compliments and those things, but those are the things that you need to focus on to build something that is so well tailored to you. So for you, for example, creating coffee with tea is brilliant because it gives people excitement and inspiration, and you're full of jokes and you're funny and you're alive, and it's really cool to watch. And so that's something that you should be doing. The fourth thing is, and this for me is probably the most important one, and it's like belief. It's the things that you believe about the world, the things that are something that's bigger than you. So when you start to think about your place in the world and what you believe about the world, and the injustices in the world, and the things that there should be more of in the world,
Mm.
those are the things. Let's say you believe, and I don't know this yet, but let's say you believe that there should be more fun and laughter in the world. And so that's your vision statement. I envision a world with more fun and laughter, right? So you will have loads of different projects that bring fun and laughter into the world. Printing t-shirts and interviewing cool people and making like really amazing videos. So that's kind of talking to, that belief and the thing that other people can get excited about, because that's not about you, right? That's why I believe that element is so important, because it's not necessarily all about you. It's about making the world a better place that other people can go, I also want more fun in the world. And so I'm going to watch his shows and listen to his podcasts and things like that.
Yeah. And
Um,
your eyes, Tommy, your eyes.
and your eyes, yeah, those eyes that you didn't do any work to get. They're so beautiful.
My secret weapon.
Open them. Let me see them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, thank you for everyone that is live here with us. We got a bunch of people on Facebook and a bunch of people on YouTube. I'm not going to name all of y'all because there's a lot of us. If you've got any questions or any things that you want to ask, then you're more than welcome to ask in the comments, and we shall bring them up forward in a little while. Also, we have a special little gift bonus thing that I want to give away on this call. It's a t-shirt. Yes, a Tommy Boy
Yeah.
t-shirt. I'm actually handing out free t-shirts at the moment for NFTs. So any of the first t-shirts, because who knows, right? What's going to happen in the future, right? We don't know. We just don't know. The only thing that I know is that I'm going to kick ass with this program. I'm just going to keep on going consistently every week. And then if money comes later, fine. But the fun element and engaging and bringing people forward, that's my main thing. And then hopefully later on with those t-shirts, you can do something with it. There's probably some percentage in it for me at some point. We'll talk about contracts later. Let's not talk about contracts right now. Okay. Can you sign here, please? No, I'm not signing anything right now. And so, yeah, if you've got any questions for Sabine right now or a little bit later on, you're more than welcome. And also, if you're watching this on podcast, because this is live on Facebook and YouTube, but we're going to be putting it on podcast from on the 17th. We're launching on the 17th of February, which I'm really excited about. Thank you, Sabine, for encouraging me during our calls in the past, and like bringing out clarity. That's one of the things, actually, is that you kind of clear the webs for there to be a clearer and a more simple path for people. I almost, that's kind of in a simple way explained, maybe.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. That is,
Mm.
and I think it's something that a lot of people really struggle with, is like clarity and direction. They kind of have like loads of ideas and so many things going on, especially if you're creative, you've got like all this stuff going on in your head and you don't know how to bring it together into one concise like thing.
I
And
just want to
so
cry right now.
let it out, Tommy. Let
It's
it
true,
out.
it's true,
Cry.
it's
Come
true.
on.
I'm not gonna
You
cry
can
this.
do
I'm
it.
not gonna make me
My
cry.
shoulder's here. There you go. You can cry on that shoulder. Okay. Lean over. Lean over. You can cry there. There you go.
All right,
It's so
no.
awkward. So yeah, so clarity and direction. Because as entrepreneurs, especially when you are the kind of person who knows you can do it, you know you've got it in you, and you've seen other people do it. You're not 100% sure what even your concept is. Like that's what this whole process does. You know, when you know your value and you know what it is that you offer the world uniquely, you know who you can then discover who you serve. And then you kind of, when you know who you serve, then you can go, okay, well, what is it that I do for them? What result do I bring them? And then you work out how you do that. So it's a process of like unwrapping, or like, you know, mapping it out. So that clarity is really important.
Yeah.
Because if you
Yeah.
don't have clarity, then you start procrastinating, right? Then you start like faffing, and then self-doubt comes in. You're like, am I doing this? You know, am I doing the right thing? And you know,
Something I discovered behind clarity, because when we are distracted by these things, then you're right. Procrastination happens. You stop in your path. You sit on the couch. You turn on TV, and you're like, you know what? The day is gone. It's only 9 o'clock in the morning, and the day is gone. Back to the joint. No, don't. Let's not. I'm not gonna go there again. But
okay.
the one of the things about clarity is that because you are now revealing the things that you get excited about, right? What is it that you're waking up? When you wake up, are you excited about, being creative? For me, right? Playing piano, playing guitar, being creative with you here today and with everybody that's engaged, whether you're on podcast listening to us or, live. Those are things that excite me, going to recording sessions, speaking to musicians, blah, blah, those things. Like I wake up and I think about pressing record on my keyboard, and just, tracking vocals or guitars. That excites me. But if I don't know that, if I, like in the past, I had all these things going on and all these loose ends, that it was overwhelming, right? And it was like, no.
Mm.
Focus on the things that you're excited about. And the more I do that, the more I feel aligned, and the more that I feel like I'm showing up for myself so that I can show up for other people, and for my family, for my music, for my whys, right? For my whys, for my music, charity, family, and showing up for business too, because doing business is fun as well. If you're creating it into something that you like, right? It doesn't have to be about the money. The money will come, but if you're excited about the business that you're setting up, then like they say in music especially, is like, if you love what you do, then you won't work a day in your life, because you literally love what you do.
Mm. So
And
can I ask you a question around that? I know
yeah,
this is your show to ask me
no,
questions. I want
go.
to ask you a question.
I'm
Um,
game. I'm just
you
gonna check
you
YouTube
said,
at the same time. Go,
oh,
go.
okay. So
Yep.
you said that you went through a time where you weren't doing what lit you up. You know,
Yeah.
like before the show we spoke a little bit about like your pursuit and success actually in a number of things, versus then focusing on what you really love and what really lights you up. What is the reason that you didn't continue, or that you want to create something that's meaningful and inspiring, and it's not just about the money? Why is it not just about the money for you?
Well, first of all, it's one of the things that my mom used to say back in the day, and I didn't really understand because I was too young. Hi, mom. It's as important to know what you want as it is to what you don't want, because if you don't know what you don't want, and you're continuing down that lane, and you're just blindly going through life not knowing what you want, or like if you start knowing what you don't want, then you automatically also start driving towards the things that you do want. Of course, you also have to strive for the things that you do want and where your passions lay and where what you get excited about. But it is important to take the experience that you have thus far, from your life, and say, okay, I've tried this, I've tried that, I've tried that. Like, I'm on my third career now. This is my third career, so to speak, in 30 years. My teens were all about hospitality, everything hospitality, full on, full on, full on, full on. I don't know how many venues I worked, but it was like, since I was 11 years old, I've done every single position except from owning a property. But that was going to be the next thing at my 21st. On my 21st year, I was going to take over a venue on the beach in Spain. But before that, it was all about hospitality. I realized that it was music after all that I wanted to pursue. I've always wanted to pursue music. It's in me. It's not even anything that I want to pursue. It's in me. It's me. It is me. It's not
It
something
is
I'm
you.
like, oh,
Exactly.
I'm dreaming. It's like wherever I go, there's always a beat going on and melodies and whatever. I don't need to be full-time musician to call myself a musician. I am a musician, inner source. There's something in my soul that's just throwing stuff out there, and it's just like, I better listen anyway. And then I did music until my 39 or something like that. So I did that, but also in a combination, kind of overlapping with hospitality and music, because I was already full-time music as well in my teens. And then I became entrepreneur. Like, entrepreneur is a little bit vague, maybe. But there is a mindset behind entrepreneur, and it's basically, you're actually a full-time troubleshooter, right? To the desires that you want to pursue. Like, and there will always be things that you need to solve. If you're not going to solve issues and problems along the way, on your way to wherever you're, like, until the last breath of your life, then yeah, I mean, if you want to become an entrepreneur, you got to be a troubleshooter. And I love troubleshooting. I love being creative with solving things. I was an inventor when I was a little child. I was always inventing little things, like solving this and then maybe soldering that. And then I was like 7 years old and like trying to things out with like this wood board and
That's so
like
cool.
hammering nails, and then always like just creative,
Tinkering around, and
tinkering
yeah,
around. If
I
I
just see you
can't do
doing
that, yeah, but like in any business, it's just always being creative. But it's a great way of serving people. Like, as a server in restaurants, I was working in a 5-star place, silver service, the only 5-star hotel in Edinburgh, and that's so fun. The people, communication, having fun, making them laugh, making yourself laugh at the same time, because you're just being an idiot. And then, but also being really good, like really delivering quality stuff. And like, there was one rule that they added now, or like a little law, or a little hotel rule, that I saw people serving, drinking their water with their left hand, right? So I was like, well, the person is left-handed, so I'll serve the tea and the coffee and the sugar bowl and the spoons and everything on the left side, instead of on the right side, because that's like standard. You put it on the right. So I just put it on the left side because it's more natural for the person that you're serving to put the ear of the cup on the left and the spoon on
Talk
the
about
left.
customer service. Wow.
Right. But it's just being creative with it, like, and being attentive as well, and also like, pay attention to what's going on. It just happened to be right in front of the owner of the hotel that first time that I did that, and he was sitting there with his boyfriend, and or with I think it was whatever, and he was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Well, he's left-handed." I was like, even I was shocked with it. I was like, did I just invent that? So, but yeah, it's just being creative in everything, like, if I can't be creative in something, then it's not going to last for me. But I know that about me. And so and I kind of like to go into what you were saying earlier, which is the having representing other people's products, right? Like I still do that, and I still get income from that, which is great. Affiliate marketing, whether it's affiliate marketing, network marketing, multi-level marketing, especially in today's age where the products are so up to standard. And by the way, MLM, multi-level marketing, has a bad reputation because of the way that it was originally set up in the 90s or even before that, where it was like just fluff, like empty products, all about money and no real products. But today there's a whole different level of quality going on, right? So I just wanted to say that, just to clarify that for people that are in disbelief about MLM. Like, it really is about the customer service 100% on one side, and then on the other side is 100% about the product. And do you stand for it? Do you believe in it? Do you trust it? Do you use it yourself? Does it work? And then for me, it's like, just go for it then after that, right? If that's the way you want to go. But so at the same time, if and when you do realize where you want to go, or at least the direction that you want to go, it's really and everyone's always saying about financial freedom and like the laptop lifestyle, which I don't want to have a lifestyle on a laptop. I don't understand that term anymore. It used to serve, but it doesn't serve like that anymore for me. Because then you might as well say your phone lifestyle. I mean, we're already pretty much living that. I don't want to live that life. So it's like, if you want to brand your own thing, if you really want that, financial freedom, and like really becoming an owner, or the you Inc., right? What you're saying, there's a whole different ball game going on there than just representing other people's products. So if you are affiliate or MLM, and you're not quite satisfied with it when it comes to self-fulfillment, then set up and start creating your own brand. Because I see so many people around me, because I've been in this business now for a while. People move on all the time to something new, and then the new thing, 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 and then the new thing. Seriously, it's crazy. Like, people I thought were really committed to this one product are now bombarding me with all these other things. And I'm like, you could have spent all this time on your own brand that you truly stand for, that you believe that your customers are going to. And it's like another thing. I'm like, I was in that space too. I had like 9 products at one point, just like shooting them everywhere. It was just like, it was
So
exhausting.
can I just say something on that, because I love what you're saying, is that there is merit in this mention, like, promoting other products, which is phenomenal. It really is.
Yeah.
But what's anchoring you? And this is the thing. Like, you said one thing that really stood out to me, and that was like, if you feel like you need fulfillment, satisfaction, you need, like, you have. Did you know that contribution is one of the basic human needs? And so it doesn't matter how much money you're making with other products that you're recommending, that could be amazing and changing your life as a product. And it could be an incredible company. But we as human beings need to contribute. And that's why it's so important to build that personal brand. You Inc. Become You Inc. Understand what drives you, what inspires you, and what you contribute to the world, so that when other products come and go, that doesn't matter. You're anchored in your thing. And then when something comes across and becomes a fad, you're like, hey, that's cool. Because the people that follow you are not following you for this product or that product or that product. They're following you for you.
Yeah.
So in order to anchor yourself and create long-term, like, stability as a brand and as a business, that's the one thing. And then the other one is what you mentioned, and that is fulfillment.
Yeah. Yeah.
100% agree with you.
I only open up emails if I like the person who's running the show. Like, for me, Gary V, for example, I like him as a person. He's an amazing businessman, and his companies, but I want to hear him swear. I want to hear him be passionate about whatever, about the yard sale that he had, and then he got something. You know what I mean? Like something was like $400 on eBay, and he got it for 50 cents because the guy didn't know what he was selling. I want to hear that because I like him. It's all about personal branding. It's all about personal branding. If you don't have that connection, then but especially have that connection with yourself, right? Like, how do you show up? And it's exciting. It's exciting. And you don't have to show up like this on a camera. Like, you can do
No,
it.
not at all.
Right. And you can do it other ways.
Mm-hmm.
But just showing up as you, like, whew, that's a lot of
Mm.
power. It's a lot of responsibility too. But what else are you going to do with your life? If you're not going to do it, if you're not going to have fun, like, again, it's that fun element. Then I don't understand what's going on. Yo, we've got people from all over the world right now. Australia. What's up, Barry? Barry Callister.
Hey,
Yo.
Barry. Long time no see.
Alia Osman.
Alia must be in the bath, I'm pretty sure.
Right?
Apparently, remember, there was instruction from you, strict instruction for her to get in the bath, lock the door, put her headphones on so that the family don't disturb her.
You read
Alia,
that
I hope
comment?
that you are doing that. I totally read that comment.
Let us know. Let us know if you are actually in there. Hey, Jacoby Gunter. Guys, if you don't know Jacoby Gunter, oops, almost said it with a K then, or with a C. This is an amazing drummer. He is just, and he's so humble and funny and so lighthearted, and what a nice guy. I'm not sucking up to you, bro. I'm not sucking up to you. Brenda, what's up, Brenda? Thank you. Brenda has a comment. Guys, if you have any questions, whether this is on podcast or on YouTube or Facebook, please, any questions or comments are more than welcome. Mike Sodergren, what the hell, Michael? That's the guitar player for my first band back in the 90s. I haven't spoken to him since. I didn't even know you were alive, bro.
Stranger things have happened.
Right? Right. Is he about legends? Badr. How do we pronounce your name there? Is it Badr? Badr. Badr? I've always wondered that. What's up, Badr? Anchor fulfillment and serve. Yes. Yes. Very true. Brenda says, I enjoy things that come natural to me. And when I'm going to overthink that things I am afraid to, joy runs out. How do you keep it natural after overthinking?
Oh, is that a question? Okay. How do you keep it natural over? Just read the question again so that I can just get it.
After overthinking. I enjoy things that come natural to me. And when I'm going to overthink that things I'm afraid to, joy runs out.
Okay. So
how do you keep it natural after overthinking?
Okay. So the only thing that I can say is that there is a process to understand the real thing that gives you joy, the one that's going to give you joy on a constant basis. And this is the 5 elements of UVP. It's the 5 elements that really encapsulate everything that you're about, where, you could talk on a subject for a load of time. You're passionate about it because you've brought in your passions. You've considered the things that you're naturally good at. And then, you can really create something that is unique to you. So when you say overthinking, the only thing that comes to my mind is I've actually got a masterclass that you can come on and I can show you.
Oh, yeah.
It's difficult to answer the question because I don't really know the context, but I can invite you into my masterclass and I can really help you to pin down those thoughts and kind of pull all together, all of those 5 elements together so that you can really start to see your anchor and the joy.
Right. The joy. Yeah. Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about, Brenda. She's my cousin and, we're on the phone all the time and I know her. I will send you the free masterclass link. Actually, if you're on podcast, if that's still something that you're doing, actually, no, I'll just put your website in the notes so that people can get in touch with you there. and then they can see what you're up to next. But I will send you that free masterclass. If anybody else wants the free masterclass, say free masterclass in the comments,
Cool.
and we will bombard you with links. Because you want it. You want it so bad.
Because you want it.
You want it so bad. Ruan Davey. What's going on, Ruan, man? It's always nice to hear from you. Nice one, guys. Sorry I can't watch a few minutes now, but we'll catch. Lock yourself up in a bathroom. Get naked, run yourself a bath. Get some candles on. Yeah. Nora is also here. What's going on? Free masterclass, please. Okay, we'll send you a link as well.
Yeah, I think it's better not to send people to my website because I don't have the masterclass on there. Probably social media is better. Probably like Facebook. Facebook's probably the best place, I think.
Okay.
It'll be the easiest, quickest route.
Okay. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah,
No worries.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've got, let's see, we've got 45 minutes now. We're at 45. So, I got the five elements of UVP on the bottom of the screen. I'll also put those in the notes so you can start thinking about those things a little bit, and then maybe you can show up a little bit prepared to the masterclass. Isn't that nice?
Oh, I was just going to say, that's so nice, Tommy. You're so kind.
I actually had these in there still from the last call that we did, from the ASAP group. I was like, wait a minute, don't I have those in here? Yes.
That is really clever. Repurposing.
What do you mean I don't recycle? There you go. And Sabine Van Der Salm is her website. Let's see. Oh yeah, I have a anyone that asks questions, I give away a free t-shirt. Yeah, bro. That's right.
What if I ask a question? I want a free t-shirt. I asked you a question.
I'm not giving you a free t-shirt.
I know, that's why I'm complaining. I think I need a free t-shirt. I'm a big fan, I should have a t-shirt. I really think that should be a thing.
I thought you had the t-shirt already.
Been there, done that, but I still need the t-shirt.
Still need the t-shirt. Okay, go. Give me the question.
If you could have
wrong question.
Anything in the whole world, if you could do anything in the whole world. So here's the thing. Okay, right. Here's a question for everyone.
Everyone's
okay, and it's about dreams, right? I love talking about dreams. And it's usually like dreams that you think are not achievable, so you don't even bother thinking about them. And also you don't tell anybody about them because you're afraid they'll laugh at you, or they'll think you're crazy, or they'll think you are really arrogant for thinking that you could possibly even do something like that.
I like it already.
Yeah. So I want to know, what is that thing that you wish you could do? And I'll give you an example. I had such an amazing call with a client today, and she has such an incredible story. She grew up in a war-torn country, and got separated from her family at the age of 10, became homeless, and just walked the streets, just trying to find food and shelter and whatever, and eventually made her way through into the UK as she got a bit older, but had I'm really summarizing it. And she has an autistic child. And she said it's so hard. First of all, she wanted to run away because she was so afraid of judgment. She was so afraid of like people stigmatizing her because she had this child, and she just wanted to go and live in the desert or live in a forest somewhere and just take up the life that she knew, being alone and whatever, because she was so afraid of that stigmatization. Anyway, she chose to stay with her family because she had 3 kids and a husband and whatever. And she said that it was so hard to find resources for kids with autism. There was just nothing. There were no sports, there were no facilities, there were just very little. And when she could find something, it was like 50 times more expensive than for her able children. And so it's her, we basically started dreaming together. And she said she has a dream to create these incredible facilities of play area and sporting and activities where disabled children can come and play, and then the parents can connect and communicate together. And then we decided that it would be like a McDonald's franchise all around the world, where these were places that people could come and connect and play with. And like, it just inspired her and inspired me. I was like, wow, that's so cool. Those are the kinds of dreams that we need to start thinking about, and thinking like, maybe it seems out of reach, but when you start to put it in concrete, then you put it on paper, and then you start thinking, well, what value can I offer? What, like, it's all connected with your unique value. Your dreams are so important. So what is your dream?
Yeah, that's a really, really great story. And I'd like to know more about her as well. So I went to Liberia. I'm actually doing a podcast. I'm trying to organize it for next Thursday, for this Thursday coming. I'm trying to get them in before the launch. An organization called Save More Kids. I went to Liberia with an organization called Save More Kids. We did a first music festival there. We performed there. It was amazing. Long story short, I guess, also war-torn, civil torn country. His mother had to make a choice between his kids being, or her kids being assassinated by gunpoint by children, or herself. So she chose for herself, of course. And as she was being what do you call it? Executed. That very moment, she made a promise to God: if she survives this, she will, and she escapes. She will create an orphanage where she brings in war-torn children. Somehow, the child that was supposed to execute her let her escape, and like, now go. Well, there was some kind of distraction, and it was like, go. So she ran for the woods, escaped somehow during the war, made it back to the States, and set up an organization called Save More Kids, together with son, actually, Q Kwakwame Carmu, set up SaveMoreKids.org in the name of saving more kids. And so the mother went back and brought 44 children under her roof, and instead of putting them up for adoption, she actually adopted them all herself and created. Yeah, it's
so beautiful.
Wow.
Incredible.
So when we went, and it was a long journey there, because it wasn't on the coastline or near the airport. We finally arrived at like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and then they woke up all the kids, and because we were coming, so it was a big deal for them that these people were coming all the way from America, because I was living in America at the time, that we were coming. And so they came, and they all joined in the living room. It was like all the kids were there, and like I was just like overwhelmed by their presence and their energy. They started singing songs for us all in unison, and like it was just like completely mind-blowing. And you had a long journey behind you already, and now this. So it's like there was not one tear spared, all of your tears were basically falling out of your eyes as much as and so anyways, we spent a week, 7 days or 10 days, a week or 10 days, I don't remember, there. They're traveling as well, going to different villages, playing music for different groups of people, and kind of like small concerts here and there. And then we did the big one in Monrovia, the capital, and that was great. That was absolutely fantastic. I realized that that I was in love with bamboo at the time, and I still am. But at that point, I was really obsessed with bamboo, and I started growing bamboo in my backyard in the States, which was clumping bamboo, which doesn't spread as easy, but it's just as invasive in the long term. And but I started growing it. I just got some photos back from the yard, and it was like, oh shit, did I really, did I really grow all that stuff? Anyway, so I'm very passionate about growing buildings with bamboo instead of with brick. It's much more expensive. It's a lot less. It's a lot less efficient, and it's a lot stronger, and it's a lot prettier as well. It's a little bit more tricky. It's a lot more skillful work, but I'm very passionate about it. So I want to. My dream is, and I've already spoken to some people that are in transportation for the bamboo itself, and like how to go about it. If well, when this is going to happen, what to do with it, how to implement it. So I want to create hubs for children to get to, where there's Wi-Fi, where there's water, where there's food, and there is also schooling of linguistic, maths, music, history, etc., etc., etc. So that's my thing, and those hubs would be built out of bamboo.
I love it.
That's my
That's
dream.
so beautiful. Wow. And where do you want to do this?
Liberia,
Liberia.
yeah, starting
Amazing.
in Liberia, and Q Camus is coming on. Kwakwane is coming on this Thursday. All right, so next one. If you're not here for the live and you're hearing this after we launch, then I'll put the link in the notes for that, or you can look for it. And he will explain more in detail about what his journey was as a child there during Civil War. Obviously, gruesome story, very dark, but very prosperous now. And it's only light. It's the only way. It's the only way. It was amazing also that the mother had, because those children had been tortured, right? That like badly, like really badly, horrible, to hug each other a lot, to have that physical contact, that to not shy away from that, to not shy away from the physical element. And now it's like always hugging and like really embracing and like really to tears. Like I'm actually,
That's so beautiful. And you know
yeah,
what? It's like it comes back to people's values and why your personal story is so important.
yeah,
Because if I look at this client of mine that I was speaking about, it's very similar to that hugging thing. It's like, you know, looking at what's important is connection. Why is connection important? Because maybe there was never connection. Why is education important? It just brings a whole new dimension to why something's important. When she suddenly tells her story and says, connection is the most important thing, family is so important, suddenly it's not something that's random or just like, yeah, whatever, family is important. It's some like, butter ad on the TV or whatever. It's actually something really, really important. And when you hear the story behind it and why it's important, then you get connected emotionally. And that's why, just to come full circle with what we were talking earlier on, bringing your story into anything that you do is so powerful. And that's like, oh, thanks for sharing that. How beautiful is
yeah,
that
yeah.
story? Wow.
It's amazing when you start implementing things, like, because I was following my dream, I was following the thing that I wanted to go after, which is what we're talking about, right? Like being that one thing that you really want to focus on in the world. At that moment, it was like, it was the peak of my life. It was like there was, and there has been so many incredible peaks in my life, of my travels and of my journeys and of my different cultures and different countries that I've lived. And then suddenly you realize this is why I do everything. This is actually why I do everything. Of course, family is important. Of course, music is important. Of course, business is important. But when it comes to giving back and being able to like experience those kind of things, for me, that was my purpose, to be there that day, and then
Wow.
also to be able to help them further, right, with like supplies and emotional support and so on. I can't wait to go back. But it's when you start implementing and also not knowing where to go or what, just start somewhere, and if you don't really know where, just like get on the free call, then get on the thing that you're doing, right?
Yeah. Sure,
I mean,
100%.
just start walking, start taking steps, small steps. And my quote, as I like to quote myself so much these days, I don't, is the biggest steps that you can take are the small ones. Because if you don't take the small ones, then there
I
will never
love
be the
that.
big ones.
Very
Yeah.
cool. So true. So
Yeah.
true. You're so
All right.
wise, Tommy.
Thank you very much. Hey, thank you so much for do you want to add anything else?
No,
Any
I think
of
you
your
have. I
wisdom?
think you have finished so beautifully. I will not
Okay.
add to your wisdom.
Here's my question. Can I please have a t-shirt? Aliyah. You want a bathing suit?
That is very funny. That's a great question. Can I please have a t-shirt?
That's really good. I'm going to send you one as well. I'm going to get your address and I'll send you one. I'm not going to tell you what's on it yet. You'll just have to wear it. Hey, Katrina, what's going on? Wow, so many people signing in right now. Hey, guys, I'm gonna have to go because it's over an hour already. And yeah, thank you so
Thank you.
much, Sabine Van Der Salm. We shall put all the links mentioned below in the notes or the description.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always so lovely to be with you. You're just such a ray of sunshine and amazingness. I just love you to bits and pieces. Thank you so much,
Likewise,
Tommy.
back to you, back at you. Thank you for watching the second and listening to the second episode of Coffee with Tea. See you Thursday with Kwakwane from Save More Kids. Thank you, Sabine. Bye.
Cheers.